Hey everybody, Matthew here, CanadianRenegade.com. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Splendide 2100XC. Is this the best washer-dryer combo for a tiny house? Just pause it for a second. I just gotta think what I'm going to say. This is going to be good. So the Splendide 2100XC is normally marketed as a washer-dryer for RVs, but it can be used for some other applications as well. I'm just going to go over some of the key features. It has an automatic dispenser drawer that dispenses detergent, bleach, and softener during the cycle. It has auto water and energy control, which adjusts the water and energy used depending on the amount of clothes that you put inside the machine. And it also has multiple wash settings for cotton, synthetics, and delicates. And you can see these are represented on the control knob over here. And it also has separate dries for cotton, synthetics, and delicates. It has extra rinse cycles. It rinses 2 to 3 times. Plus, it has an extra rinse button if you want to rinse even more. And this feature is good because it gets rid of extra dirt and detergents and is good for those with allergies. The large door opening for the size of the machine makes it easy to load and unload clothing. And it also has automatic balancing. So if it gets out of balance during the spin cycle or something, it will vary the speed or stop and start in order to rebalance the load. So that's it for the key features of this machine. Since Amy does the laundry day to day, I'm going to let her go over the pros and cons of this machine and some of the tips she's found to make using a smaller machine smooth and easy.
Hey guys, Amy here, CanadianRenegade.com. I'm just going to talk to you guys about some of the tips and tricks that I found are helpful when using a smaller washer-dryer machine. So one of the things I do instead of using laundry baskets is I use these 4 IKEA bins to sort our laundry. So at the end of each day, we just sort them into work clothes, whites, mediums, and darks. And then once one of the bins gets to be about 3/4 full, I know it's time to do a load. As the size of the machine is about 1/3 of a conventional machine, your loads typically end up being smaller. One of my tricks to getting a larger load done is to mix synthetics and cottons together. The drum won't be able to dry everything, but once the wash cycle stops, I'll pull out all the synthetics, hang them to dry, and then there's enough room to tumble the cottons, and you end up doing a larger load. When we're drying synthetics in the tiny house, we typically hang them over the shower rod. That way anything that drips ends up in a safe space and doesn't damage the floor. One of the things you want to keep in mind though for Canadian winters is that drying the clothes in the house is going to build up a lot of condensation. So on your colder days, you might want to just split your cottons and synthetics into different loads and then just dry them straight in the machine. Since we're talking about laundry, I'll just let you know about 2 of the products we've tried using. We started with the Nelly's All Natural Laundry Soda, but we noticed after a while that some odor started to build up in the clothes, and I don't necessarily think that it's a bad product. I just think that it doesn't work as well with hard water, which we are using. So I switched over to the Rock and Green, which is another all-natural product. Once we switched, we noticed that it really cut the odor out of our clothes, and it's specifically meant for hard water, which works great for us. Since your drum size is a lot smaller than a conventional machine, you might want to try doing 1 or 2 loads a day just to keep up with your laundry. Also, you may notice in between loads that water typically pools here from time to time, and some lint and hair can get trapped in this lip. So a good idea is to take a rag and just kind of like wipe it out between loads to keep the debris down. So Matt's work clothes is probably the largest load that we do each week. You'll notice that Splendide has pretty conservative load sizes in their manual. Because we pull the synthetics out and let the cottons dry separately, we can do a larger load. So this is typically what this looks like. 1 pair of pants, 2 pairs of long johns, some underwear, 2 long sleeve shirts, 3 regular t-shirts, and about 4 or 5 large pairs of socks. Let's cover some pros and cons of the Splendide 2100XC. So on the cons list, the machine is about 1/3 the size of a conventional machine, making your loads a lot smaller. Because you're using the same drum to wash and dry, you can wash a lot more than you can dry because it needs space to tumble. If you do end up doing a larger load, the dry time ends up being quite a bit longer if the machine is too full. The machine doesn't have a buzzer to let you know when the cycle is done, but the door unlock is loud enough to notify you. The one item we haven't been able to get wrinkle-free are our queen size sheets, but you can reduce the amount of wrinkles by splitting the load into 2 dry cycles. For the pros, we don't have to visit a laundromat. It's kind of nice to be able to do your laundry from home, even if you have to do a few more loads. The machine is also a nice small size, so it fits well into a tiny house. If you wanted to keep it in the kitchen under a cupboard, it would fit nicely there too. Our model is vented, which allows it to dry more efficiently and to keep our clothes relatively wrinkle-free. This machine also has a nice variety of cycle options for your different fabric types. Another good feature is being able to set the machine to auto switch from wash to dry. And finally, the on-off switch also allows you to pause the machine while a load is running. So if you need to add something real quick and then continue the load where it left off, you can do so easily. So what would you say? The final review on the Splendide 2100XC? B+?
Yeah, I would say that that's about right. A standard size machine isn't really going to fit in a tiny house very well, and even those apartment stackables would probably take up too much room. So from that point of view, there's not a lot of other options available, but the feature to go straight from the wash cycle to the dry cycle makes it a little bit more tolerable to do the small loads.
That's true. Plus, being that we live in the country, going over to a laundromat just really isn't feasible for our lifestyle. It's nicer to have a smaller machine where you have to do a couple extra loads than drive all the way into the city. Plus, I guess with the twins coming, we can do another review of what it's like to use this machine with an extended family.
Okay, so that's it for today. Hopefully you enjoyed this review of the washer-dryer combo. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos on tiny houses, homesteading, and permaculture. And as always, stay classy, Northern Canada.
I pressed the wrong button.